This is CWTFB Radio. I am your host, Charlie MaSheen, as always, and you know we're brought to you by Details Car Audio and Auto Detailing right on 925 Turnpike Street in Canton, Mass. That's right on Route 138. If you drove past you know, that big car wash with the free vacuums, I know you've seen it. Details is the detail shop right in the front, ends with a Z. Run up in there for all your car detailing needs, whether it be window tinting. Also, you know, we do audio things for cars, trucks, and motorcycles, all of the above. Anything you need that pertains to that, go see them. Let them know Charlie sent you, man. So today I want to talk about somebody who I've been watching, you know, do some big things within the city within the last, I want to say, 10 years, really, just about, you know, at least from what I've noticed. You know, he started his own showcase to create a platform for new artists and established artists as well. You know, he's been everywhere as far as being able to spin records for people and breaking records and just helping a lot with the culture. And I can tell he's really in tune with what's going on. He's paying attention. And this is somebody who's definitely one of the frontline names in local hip hop right now in Boston and outside regions, not just Boston, New England as a whole. So everybody give your undivided attention to my man, DJ Alcide. What's good, baby?
Yeah, bro, you know, I'm here working hard so I can hardly work someday, you know.
I see you, man. How's the family, man? How's everybody doing?
Everybody doing good. You know, it's a little crazy right now, but we're staying safe, making sure that, you know, we take all the proper precautions and make sure we're good, you know, out in these streets, because it's a little crazy right now, but, you know, hopefully we all pull through. You know, we've lost a lot of people so far. You know, it's been tough. You see my guy Fred the Godson on the screen behind me. You know, I had to do it for my guy. You know what I mean? And to everybody out there who's affected, man, stay safe and, you know, stay home, man, because that's where we gotta be right now. Everybody want to get out, I know, but home at least for now.
I seen a meme earlier today that said just because it's nice outside doesn't mean this shit's over.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
and just because you're bored doesn't mean this shit's over. It's very real. It's still out here, man. You know, I understand that, you know, the government's starting to open up, but that just means that we're trying to get some normalcy from out of this. That doesn't mean that everything's back to normal. So
absolutely.
You know, but you know, we working through it, man. We staying creative. I see you doing a lot of lives and things of that nature, man. So for the people who don't know how to reach you, man, like how do they tap into your lives?
Just right on my IG at DJ Alcide, at DJ Alcide. I go live just pretty much randomly. I really can't give you a set time.
Okay.
It's just anytime I get the time, you know what I mean? I go in, you know what I mean? Especially on weekends, though, you know. We're all home right now. People want to be entertained. And, you know, I got the whole setup right here in the spot. So, you know, I go in as often as I can, you know, just to get my shit off. You know what I'm saying? Right. And have fun at the same time and entertain the world, you know.
I hear that. You know, it's funny, man. My man, host Valson, man, he told me that y'all a family, man. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. That's my cousin, man. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Shout out.
He was like, yeah, DJ LC, that's my cousin. I was like, oh shit, man, good company,
Absolutely.
Man, good company. You know, Haitian brothers, we out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Got all my those, you know, flag gets fast, so.
Yeah.
Everybody celebrated at home, but I seen all the lives, man. All my Haitian DJs, everybody went in, man. I seen it. It's a good thing that everybody's still coming together and doing the best they can to, you know, just stay some kind of normal during this time.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right. Whether it be entertaining people or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So before we get into the music, you know, since we kind of spoke about COVID, like, briefly, you're in the medical field, right?
Yeah, I've been in the medical field for 16 years. So,
16 years. What do you do?
Before I even started DJing, huh?
What do you do exactly?
I work in dialysis, which is with people with kidney disease. So,
okay.
You know, unfortunately, right now, people with kidney disease have a lot of the symptoms that's really, you know, affecting, that they're being affected by COVID a lot much more than the average person. You know what I mean? Because they already have the pre-existing conditions.
Right.
So
right.
It's tough. You know, it's a tough situation, but you know, this is what I signed up for. So, you know, every day I mask up, I do what I got to do. I suit up and I handle biz. You know what I mean? It's nothing different from what we've done before. It's just we're being extra careful than usual. You know what I mean?
Okay. I hear that, man. I hear that. But thank you, man. Thank you, man. Because it's people like y'all in the medical field, man. That's keeping things moving right now. So thank you, man, for real.
No doubt. Man.
But as far as the music goes, man, did I say that correctly? I said you've been doing your thing out here for the past 10 years. Is that correct?
Yeah, about 10 years, a little bit more than that. I'd say 13, 14 years. I've been grinding for a minute, man, working hard and just, DJing around the country and just, but yeah, I'm Boston based, you know what I'm saying? And it just feels good to be in this space right now because I've built so many connections over time. So when it comes to the point to, putting these showcases together or, just doing things for the city, it's a lot easier because I built that foundation, you know what I mean, from the ground up. It's really cool. And I think that's the best thing about us. We're 5 years in and with the Good Music Showcase series and we have a very solid foundation. So as soon as we get back to it, actually we have a showcase on the 31st live on IG. So that's going to be really, we got to keep moving, man, regardless of what's going on. There's a lot of dope artists out there that still want to get their shit off. And hey, we're here, man. The platform is here and we're going to keep it moving regardless of the situation,
I remember when you first started that, man. What year was that, the showcase?
Late 2014 into 2015. So we've been going, I would say, a solid 5 years. We just had our 5-year anniversary in March. It was really dope. A bunch of really dope artists, crazy lineup. Lord Felix, Oompa was there. Of course. Malia the Model, just so many dope artists from the city. I really went out and went heavy and made sure that we had the best artists that were available at the time to be at the show. So,
and the proper representation too. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel absolutely. Like, representation is one of the things that that doesn't get done well. You know what I mean? When we speak of, the Boston, Massachusetts hip hop scene as a whole, you know what I mean? Because everybody has their own opinion. You know what I mean? As far as who's doing what and who's hot and who's not. You know what I mean? So what do you do as a DJ, man? Like, how do you stay in tune with who's doing what?
Just a lot of research, a lot of patience, and just honestly, based off how many local shows I've done, I just meet so many artists just off rip. Like, it's just...
at this point, people want to be around you, right? Like,
I mean, that's, in a sense, because
you ain't got to be modest about it, bro. It is what it is.
Because we really do put on for local artistry. It's founded by local artistry. We have artists from all over the country, but we're Boston based, or we're in Quincy at Maggie's Lounge. So that was always the basis for it. When we first started doing it, I was just booking all the artists I worked with: Crano, Nice Franklin, like Skid It On. All the artists that were around me at the time. And then I kind of just went off from that. Like, let's do this as a collective and get more artists involved. And then it just evolved into something great. And I think the one thing we incorporated too earlier than anyone else was the live band effect too. We always had a house band. Like, you didn't have to worry about it because I always felt like artists sound better with a live band behind them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You don't even got to worry about it. You pull up, the band is there, they're ready. You don't even got to do no sound check, So shout out to Relatives, my house band, and shout out all the musicians that have been with us throughout those 5 years we've been rocking. It's been great.
Word, man. Shout out to everybody, man. But as far as the live band, how does that work out with the synthesized sounds and stuff like that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do y'all substitute that?
Well, the live band is optional. You don't have to use the band. If an artist feels like their music is fine enough, and most, there are artists who come through and they're good. They don't. You don't have to use the band. I just feel like they really help, really add an extra boost to the already recorded live track. Like, you know what I mean? Some artists are already used to recording with live bands, so they come through and they're good. Or they'll bring
they're excited,
to the party, and they already know there's a setup. So I'll have a artist bring their drummer, and then they just rock off, our drummer set.
Using the drums,
so,
right.
Yeah, it's really cool. You know what I mean? And I think that really helps us keep a certain quality of artists on stage as well too, because they know what to expect. They know you got to bring it, and the presentation is there. The stage is set, and it's gonna. Then there's also benefits. We also give away free beats all the time. We give away studio time, podcast interviews. We just set up the radio show, so that's also going to be incorporated as well. There's a lot of good things going on right now.
The episode I just dropped with Boston Royale, he mentioned you as well.
That's dope.
I believe,
Royale, man, that's my guy.
I believe he won some studio time at the showcase.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
Was it? I believe it was either international show or another producer we had at the time. But yeah,
right. But that's what I mean. Like that's dope that you're allowing, people to be able to, gain access to things that they might have thought they didn't have access to. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And it's shedding light on a lot of different platforms because you see what international shows doing. He's basically like an artist coach now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
he's definitely doing it, and I love that. I love to see his growth too because we've been working for years. We've done songs together and all sorts of things. So it's good to see his growth.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm speaking of show, man. The first time I ever performed with a live band was with his band.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? Like when I like back in the day, we had a show at one of them colleges or whatever, and something happened with my CD. It just cut off. It just cut off, and this band just happened to be on the stage because he just did a set.
Okay.
And then they just picked up the beat right where it cut off, and it was the craziest shit ever, man. I was like, yo, this is dope. Like, okay, I might want to do this now. You know what I mean? But yeah, that feel, like that sound and that feel when you're on stage with a live band is unmatched, man. So you definitely
honestly, like what you said, that happens at our show sometimes. We have so many artists. Sometimes they come, something may happen with the music, and then bang, look, you got a whole live band right behind you. The band, sometimes they'll catch that. They'll be like, okay, we see what's going on here. Let's keep the beat rocking. We'll keep the show rocking, and now we have a performance that the artist didn't even see coming, and it makes it even better. You know what I mean?
Facts. And that also puts you, in tune with something that you probably never even thought of. Because I feel like a lot of new artists don't think about stuff like that. So that is dope.
Yeah.
So what made you name your showcase Good Music? I've always wanted to ask you that because Kanye, you know what I'm saying? Got the G.
Yeah, I know. That's a good question. Honestly, I'm not sure the origin of the name. I just knew that I wanted to make sure that I had good quality artists on stage all the time. Like I wanted to really build it up to a stage that you can't just walk on. Like, you know what I mean? You got to bring it. You got to bring some sort of, you know what I mean? Like, and that's how we've always run. Like, and we give opportunities to everybody, but we screen everyone as well too. You're not just gonna. It's not an open mic. Is basically what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And we, after being in 5 years, we reserve all rights to be picky about who's on stage now.
Oh, absolutely. You
gotta bring your A game. We gotta bring it. We gotta venue to pack every month. So I do my research and I really make sure that I get the best possible artists on that night that I possibly can every month out.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, prior to you becoming Oompa's official in-house DJ, like her tour DJ and stuff like that, like, are you did you meet her through the showcase or was it elsewhere?
Honestly, I heard about Oompa first through a cousin of mine's wife. So I believe she's related in that sense. And when she was first doing her thing, that cousin of mine would always hit me up like, yo, you got to hear this artist. You got to hear this artist. I can't remember the relation. That's definitely why we call each other cousins, because of that relation, because that's how we even met in the first place. And I remember I was doing a show at Brighton Music Hall.
Okay.
And she killed it. Like
I that's what she does.
Perform live, and that was my first time seeing her, and I just happened to be DJing the show. So it was kind of just a natural progression from there. We just ended up linking. I would do a couple shows for her here and there because that's kind of how I was doing my thing anyway. I would do a lot of sets for local artists. Just, I like to get behind artists and really, get behind the next artist that's really going to help us bring things to the next level.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And I really feel Oompa's doing that. So it was kind of just natural. You know what I mean? It started as a quick friendship. And then after she started performing and I started doing a lot of her shows, it just made sense because, she had a tour coming up and I was free to go. You know me, I'm down. I'll hit that road like that. So it's nothing. And she already knew what it was. So it just grew from there. And now, we can't wait to get back on tour. Believe me.
Yeah, I bet, man. I had a conversation with her too, man. I could hear that in her voice, man. And she definitely want to get back active, man.
Yeah.
You're in the medical field. I mean, I'm pretty sure you work a lot of hours at work and then you're doing the DJ. Like, when do you feel like there's a constant tug of war with professional and personal?
Not really, because I've been doing it for so long. You know, it's second nature at this point. It's nothing for me to go to work, do my thing, you know, shower up, head straight to the club, or head straight to the event, or whatever. You know, my job is flexible, so it's afforded me the opportunities to still do my thing and not have anything tail off, and I'm still able to do everything that I got going on and do it comfortably. You know.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
And this is a question I ask like almost all my guests, man. What do you feel about the state of hip hop right now within Boston and the surrounding areas?
As far as what you mean, locally or just all together? Locally, I mean, there's a lot of talent, and I think
it's
now
ridiculous amount of talent.
Yeah, I mean, and now with the age of social media, it's a lot easier to access that talent.
Right.
You know, before you kind of had to be out there, and I still am. You know, but before you kind of had to be out to find what the next artist out there. You know what I mean? But now with social media, all I gotta do is log in and just do my thing. I know some linked, like I said, linked with so many different artists, man, and my DMs, I get sent music all the time, so it's just really good to be in this space, man. You know, I really don't have to reach too far. I just got to look down at my phone and just, check in and see what's going on. You know, it's cool,
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. And I know you're busy, man, because I remember when I was rapping, I used to send you records, man. And you was good with it. Like, if you liked it, you definitely reached back out. If you didn't, I probably wouldn't hear from you. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. And you know what it is? I feel like, do you feel like a lot of these new artists are a little too entitled?
Not entitled. I mean, I just that's more of a, I'd say, generational thing, to be honest. Like, you know what I mean? That's just
that's what.
Yeah.
This
said, but there are artists that are not like that are just pure artists who just want to work, who want to grind, and those are the ones that I really get behind and seek out and really try to help get to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the artists I really get behind. But yeah, there's I mean, that's with every aspect of the game. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be those artists who feel like they should be bigger than where they are, you know what I mean? But probably haven't put in the work to be there, you know what I mean? So absolutely there are some, but what I do with my showcase is it kind of, in a sense, helps me weed out that, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like
so by the time they get on stage, you kind of already knew that.
Yeah, you kind of absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
So that also helps as well too, because that helps with the search. Like I don't really have to reach out too far because I have my own showcase, and we do 1, sometimes 2, even 3 showcases a month, and just with that and with what we did also as well is we took the showcase on the road. So we did showcases in Rhode Island, we did showcases in Brooklyn, Pawtucket, like all over. So we're looking to do more, and with the tour, we've reached out to more artists around New England, New York, and abroad. So that's honestly the next step for the showcase as well too, is just establishing ourselves, the brand in other states. And I think we're doing a good job at that, and we're definitely going to get back to that as soon as we can get back outside.
So what's your end goal with this? Like with the Good Music Showcase? What do you want to do? Like what is your ultimate goal with this? Bigger venues, bigger shows as well. But I like where we are right now because it's intimate. You come, it's an intimate setting, and you really get to know the artist. It's not like you come to a show, the artist is way up here, he does his thing, overwhelming,
disappears backstage, and you don't. This is more up close and personal. And I think for artists, they enjoy that because they get to connect better with the crowd because they're standing right there, So really, and I've seen a lot of artists work together afterwards too, and other things that had nothing to do with the showcase, but they met at the showcase. So the fact that we can bring so many artists together, and the fact that you don't know who can even pull up. I mean, so many different people have pulled up to the showcase that I didn't even see coming. Like,
That's
so
facts.
It's just a good feeling to know that we'll always, for artists to know that they'll always have that place that they can come to do such, because we ain't going nowhere, man.
Right.
We're right where we are, and we're having fun with Maggie's. They've been rocking with us for 5 years, and we're not going to turn our back on that kind of loyalty because, you know, you can take it to another venue, but you don't know if you're going to get another 5. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that 5 and we'll build off of that. But at the same time, we still going to be right where it started. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about.
That's real. That's real. Now, how do you describe a hot artist? Like meaning, like what makes an artist hot? Like what makes you as a DJ, the person who's, spreading this music out? What makes you want to play an artist?
I just feel like the artists I really, really get behind. I mean, I'll play anybody's music. I feel everyone deserves a listen. That's always been my MO. Like, I'm a listener.
Anyone?
I might not always, you know what I mean? Like, just, oh my God, send me that, da-da-da-da-da. But I'm going to listen to the joint, you know what I'm saying, and form an opinion and do it that way. So, you know, with that being said, what makes a artist is pretty much having the total package, being able to be in tune with now with what's going on. If you're not in tune with what's going on, you're not going to make music to now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel with that. And then also, artists who are confident, but also humble. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, that cocky shit has no place in this game right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. There are artists who honestly feed off their cockiness, and that feeds their drive to get to the top. So don't get me wrong, like it's a bad thing, but I just feel like it takes a certain artist to be that way. Like, you
gotta be that great
for a certain personality. You know what I mean? You got to be able to bring it and have that talent to back it up to be that type of artist. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that, but it does exist in this game. But I honestly feel like the artists who are in tune with now are humble, obviously make good, dope quality music, because that also always has to be there too. And also image too. You got to say image. You got to be able to be marketable, and you got to know how to market too. Marketing is almost more important than any music you have, because there's so many people with dope music that don't have marketing skills. So it's just not enough. You got to have the marketing. You got to have the business sense. The social media sense. There's a lot that goes into it more than just making music, obviously, So
let's talk about that, marketing and image, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like right now people are so accepting of so many different images. So what do you mean by that? Like, as far as because marketing is one thing, but image is another, right? So because your image, like what image wouldn't be, acceptable, I guess, in a sense.
Well, right now, I mean, there really isn't, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
But at the same time, you still have to be able to market the image that you're portraying. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you still got to be able to make sure that you get that down the perfect avenues, so you find the perfect set of fans to keep your momentum going, keep your buzz going. And that's another thing too. I just really feel like the artists that are more in tune with building a network and building a following are the ones that are going to shine. It may not always be the most talented artist, but it is what it is. If they got the following, they got the following. That's what it's all about,
Right.
And that's why I really I play everything. Like, I don't discourage anybody. If you're a trap artist, fine, let's trap it out. If you're a backpacker, let's backpack it out. Like, I don't discourage, because there's something for everyone. You know what I'm saying?
Trap it out, yo. Fuck it, give me the bacon.
What it is. If you're a mumbler, I'll get you on the mumbling circuit. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? There's something for everybody out there. And I think that's one thing that keeps me going, because I don't have a range. I don't have a box. I don't keep myself in a box. You can catch me at a house show. You can catch me at a hip hop show. Catch me at an R&B show, spoken word, wherever. I'm there. Right. You know what I mean? I'm into not any one genre of music. I'm just into artistry as a whole. And that's what I'm here to do. Support local artists and work with artists. There's rappers, there's singers, and then I feel there's artists.
Right.
Big difference, bro.
Right. Right. So so as far as like all the artists that you got on there, I mean, like, have you ever thought about have you put out like mixtapes, like the good music?
Yeah, I mean, I used to put out mixes all the time, and honestly, I had a playlist for the Good Music Showcase that's gonna come back soon too. So yeah, I'm definitely getting back into doing more mixes. It was just, with everything going on, I just really hadn't had the time to get into it. I was touring heavy and doing a lot of other projects, and still working in the health industry. So
Right.
You know, so, but I'm definitely getting back to doing more projects, and I'm doing radio now too. So that's another opportunity for artists. We're going to be doing live interviews, and I'm going to give artists more of a platform on Spark FM. Shout out the whole Spark FM online family.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up, man. Shout out to Miss Hot Sauce over there.
Yep. Every Sunday, shout out Hot Sauce, man. You already know, man. She's doing something really great for the city, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So you can catch us on the Good Music Showcase radio show every Sunday from 5 to 7 p.m. on sparkfmonline.com.
Fire. And you know what, man? Shout out to Hot Sauce again, man, because that's historical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? First black woman, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
out here with her own radio station. You know what I mean? So I see her doing the right thing and putting the right pieces, you know, to the puzzle, man, because people who pay attention and people who actually give a fuck about the culture. You know what I mean? Because that's a big thing, man. So back to Boston, man. I keep saying Boston, but it's not really just Boston, right?
Yeah.
It's Boston. It's Mass as a whole,
right?
right?
We can talk about Boston, though. It's cool. I represent all of New England and abroad, but yeah, Mass as a whole has a lot of. You're right, because when we just say Boston, it's like you really kind of cut off a whole lot of dope MCs.
Bro,
a whole lot of dope.
Because if I say just Boston, I can't say Millie's. If I say just Boston, I can't say beer. If I say just Boston, I can't say King Fire. You know what I mean? I can't say a lot of people.
Just say me. Like, yes, I was Boston based, but I live on the South Shore. You know what I mean? So I do a lot of things on the South Shore as well. So, I honestly don't just associate myself with just Boston as well, because honestly, I DJ nationwide. So I don't even consider myself a local DJ, to be honest. No,
that's
facts. A lot of traveling, and I'm out, man. Second we can get on the plane, bang, we out, baby. We on tour again. Getting back to it. So, I know. Basically, I'm saying I know what you mean when you say that. Because there's so much more we could talk about. But when you just say Boston, it's like, well, okay, let's just talk about the beat.
but okay, so what I mean, like, and I'll say it for just Boston. Do you feel like, what do you feel like sets Boston apart from a lot of other cities?
We have our own style. It's just I wish we would represent that more musically, sonically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like our style doesn't come out when we do songs. It always seems to kind of sound like whatever's either hot at the time or whatever the wave is. I've always really felt like we needed a sound unique to us. I mean, I really don't know how we would go about that now, because I think with the market being so flooded as far as just sonically right now, it's kind of tough. But I really feel like the main thing that really holds us back in this game, I've said it before, is you're right, that mentality where certain artists feel like they're up here and then, oh, I'm on this level, I got this look, so I'm up here. Oh, I rock this major artist, so I'm up here. But to be honest, I always said it, we all are right here in the same boat. I'm never going to look at an artist and say you're here, because if you're looking at the game's all about what? What are we in this for? We do it for album sales. We do it for Billboard. You do it to get certified and ASCAPs and EMIs and all that stuff. That's what the game is really about. So I think sometimes we get clouded or we get jaded into thinking this whole local bullshit, and other cities, other movements are passing us by because they done already figured out, okay, it's not just about that dumbass local bullshit. We got to get out here, get off our ass, and make some of ourselves elsewhere as well as being here and just being stuck on the local shit. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like that really clouds everything. And there's so much more to the game, but you kind of have to travel to know that.
Right. So do you feel like that's the reason why some people didn't really get the national notoriety that they're supposed to get? Exactly, because all the artists I feel are the dopest artists now. Most times I'll see them on the road, then I see them more on the road than I see them at home. That's how I know who's grinding. That's real.
Like Millie's, I've seen Millie's everywhere. There was a time where I didn't even see Millie's here for like 3-4 years. So I'm not surprised he's at where he's at, because he's been on his grind more so than most artists I've seen. I'm not surprised at all.
Millie's is definitely doing the damn thing, man.
Yeah.
I remember, when I was having a conversation with him, it was just point because I remember, when I first started rapping and making an effort to do music, you know, his name was one of the most prominent names, and even then he was still like at the very, very bottom floor, and now he's everywhere. So yeah, shout out to Millies, man. Like, who do you feel like?
I was able to do his album release party at Bryant Music Hall's crazy night.
Yeah.
I actually met for the second time Freeway, and I actually got to chop it up with him because he was on dialysis. He deals with kidney disease, and you know, as soon as I told him that shit, he opened right up. Like, we had a full out blown ass conversation and just talking about a lot of different things, you know. So it was really dope to just be at that show and build with him and all the other artists that were there. You know, Millie's definitely brings the city out, so I just want to shout him out one more time. But you know, there's so many great things going on right now, my guy. I'm just happy to be a part of all of it. You know,
I gotta ask you, man. Like, I was gonna ask you, man. I got a question written down here. Top 5 artists that you personally met through the showcase.
That I personally met through the showcase.
Yeah, top 5.
Wow. I'm not going to do it in any order, though.
It don't got to be an order.
This is better than 1, or 1 is better than 5. You know what I mean?
Like, yo, you said I was top 2, nigga? Like.
Oh, man. There's so many artists, man. Like, honestly, I really have to just sit down one time and just go through it. Like, I've gone through the catalog, and it still amazes me how many artists that have even come through those doors. But
I know. It's been a minute.
Let me stop stalling, though. Let me stop stalling. You know what I mean? I will say, damn. There's so many, bro. Ocho. Shout out to homie Ocho. He's definitely one. Okay. He's pretty much a mainstay. You know, he's always coming through to rock it. See, it's tough because a lot of the artists I've already met prior and just booked them for the showcase. So I kind of, like I said, I do my research, so I don't just put anybody up there. So there's really not anyone that's kind of went up there and I was just like, well, damn, I didn't see that coming. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so just give me your top 5, like your top 5 artists that you know what I mean, from you know, not that you just met at the showcase. I can say definitely the guy Ocho. I'll say, who else puts on a dope show? We actually had Jay Hood from formerly a D Block come through. He did he did a show for us like 2 years ago. That was really dope. Fred the Godson, of course, my brother, rest in peace. Who else? Terminology. Okay.
Another dope artist that's ripped it for us a bunch of times. Who else? I'm trying to think. One more. Let me see. I'm trying to think who always comes through and just absolutely kills it. We have so many. I'll say Lord Jew.
Lord Jew. Okay.
Yeah, because honestly, before I booked her, I never really got to see like the performance and how well of an artist she was. You know what I mean? So I kind of just booked her. We put her on stage, and then she did her thing more than a few times.
Yeah, yo, that's
tell her out as well. She's doing her thing.
Shout out Lord Jew. I give her a hard time.
I can go all night, but that's just 5 that.
I felt like
I feel a true artist. You know.
I felt like some of those answers was a little PC, but you know, whatever, man. You know, that's your 5. That's your 5, man. You know what I mean? It's all right.
I mean, let's just off the top. Like I said, there's just too many artists. I mean, you can go Rosewood Babe, you can go Millies, you can go Dutch Rebel, Oompa, of course.
So that's top 5 from the showcase. What about top 5 from the city?
Top 5 from the city. Number 1, I gotta say Oompa right now because she's doing her thing. I am a witness. Even if I wasn't her DJ, I would definitely be saying that because
I agree with that. I agree with that for real.
Killing it right now, and I'm a witness saying that. I'm not being biased. I'm a witness. I can say that there's definitely something really great coming from these side of things. So
no, absolutely.
I've been blessed to work with Dutch as well too. Be on tour with Dutch.
Okay.
Another one that anytime hit me up, I'm there. We gonna make it happen. I gotta give a shout out to my brother Darius Haywood from Brockton too. Another dope artist.
Darius Haywood.
That's my guy. He's got some dope music coming back out soon. We did a lot of great things before he relocated to Delaware, but he'll be back soon and doing some.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I was just not, the reason why it's funny. It's not funny for anything, but it's funny because I was talking to somebody the other day. Like, I ain't never heard of no rapper come out of Delaware. Right? Yeah. And then you just mentioned that he moved to Delaware.
Yeah.
That's funny as shit. But anyway, yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Rosewood Bape, of course, too. That's my guy. Okay. He's been doing this thing for a while, still doing this thing. Still on the come up. G.O.D.
Okay.
Another dope artist. I don't think he gets the respect he deserves. He's on the come up as well, doing his thing. Of course, Hefe. You know, you got to homie Hefe Replay.
Hefe Replay, okay.
Cali, killing it.
Okay, yeah, damn, bro, you just gave me 7. You know what I mean?
So like I told you, man. It's just that's what you're gonna get over here. Because I rock with everybody, bro. Like, there's no. If you're doing your thing, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be a part of it because I really want to see the whole game rise to the next level. And you don't get to see things and I'm blessed to have that bird's eye view because I've worked with all these artists. I'm there. I see it. I see, you know, the energy. I see the crowds. I see, you know, the movement. You know, I'm just I'm blessed to be a part of it. You know, not too many DJs are really doing what I'm doing as far as local artistry or just being a part of the artist side of things. And I really feel that, you know, this is definitely going to lead to something really good really soon, you know. And I'm happy. I'm in a good space as far as the game is right now. Like, you know, I can go all day, man.
Nah, bro. I mean, like, listen, man. Like for what you're doing, man. I tip my hat to you, bro. Mm-hmm. For real. I think it's dope. There's a lot of cool things, dope things coming out of my city, man. And you're definitely one of the people that's been the forefront of that, man. So just keep going, bro. Like, I mean, I think that's super dope. Like, a lot of people like you, man, you know, inspired me to do this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you know, for a little while, I wasn't really being creative. You know what I'm saying? And I figured I want to do something to help push the culture forward. You know what I'm saying? And also being around something that I love and enjoy, man, which is music. So shout out to you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Yeah, and you asked, you know, what my end game was. And that has a lot to do with it, you know, because I know somewhere in these streets right now is that female or male artist that's just gonna be that one to take this and take it up here to where we all need to be. You know what I'm saying? All this grinding, all this studio time, it's not unwarranted. There's people like me out here that's willing to help, that's willing to keep the platform going, you know, and that's why we're here. And I just want artists to know that you always have a place you can come to at the Good Music Showcase series.
No, absolutely, man. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I believe it. So, 8-Zip been to one of your showcases.
Yeah, another dope artist. 8-Zip doing his thing, man. Shout out 8-Zip. He's from where I'm from too, Roxbury, Humboldt, man. Okay. On back.
And you know, the reason why I keep bringing up 8-Zip is because I really believe in him. And I feel like a lot of people give me shit for it. Like, you mention 8-Zip almost every episode. And I'm like, I mention him because I see what he's doing and what he's been able to accomplish with him. Yeah. A very short period of time. So as long as he's performed
twice on the showcase. That's another artist. This so like I said, man, I keep the research going. So I'm glad you mentioned his name, man. You know, it's good to see what he's doing. Every time I log on to the IG, it's the next video or the next thing that he's already on to. And he's beating a lot of artists to the punch right now. So I don't mind that you mention him. Mention him in every video. This is what we need to do. It's what we need to do.
What I mean? At the end of the day,
I'm to the next level, man. That's what we're here for.
I'm a media guy now. As much as that sounds whack to me, but I'm a media guy. Like, you know what I mean? So I got to talk about, you know, what's going on, man.
I don't think you remember, but we had this conversation at where was it?
We was at
What's that?
Fort Hill.
Fort Hill, yeah. And
I was kind of drunk
about this. I told you even back then, like, let me know, bro. Whatever you got going on, I'm there.
Nah, I'm hip. I'm glad we here, man. No, for real. Because you know, there's very few people who, you know, who are consistently still doing things in music from when I was doing it. So like, I like to see the familiar faces that I already knew, and the people that I respect, and they're actually building towards the right direction, man. So, what do you say to the people? You know, I feel like we grew out of the stigma, you know, when it comes to artistry, but a lot of people still say it, man, that Boston has the crabs in the barrel mentality. Like, what would you say to that?
I don't believe that anymore. I really don't believe that anymore.
Okay.
I've seen it. Like the ones that still believe that ain't the ones that are out at these shows and actually supporting these shows. And I really want to take time right now too, and to thank the people who are still fans, who actually are fans of the shit, who still come out and support. I don't think they get the respect they deserve. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's really dope to see when I go out to these shows, the same type of people, and I'm like, okay, I expect certain people at certain places now, and I'm never disappointed anymore. You know what I'm saying? Now I think we're definitely out of that. There's not enough time for that hate no more. I don't even focus on it. So even if it's there, I couldn't tell you. I'm too busy at the next show. I'm too busy putting on for the next local artist. I just don't have time for it. I'm too filled with positivity, and I'm too ready to help the next dope artist out of New England take it to the next level. So it doesn't really even enter my space anymore. So does it probably exist? Probably.
Absolutely.
But I'm the wrong person to ask. So I don't turn into the bullshit no more. We off that. You know what I'm saying? It's 2020, bro. I know it's a crazy year, but that ain't gonna stop. Nothing going on over here, man. Good music for the people, bro.
I hear that. I hear that. It's like Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
So how many people's behind good music?
You have myself, you have Jazz, the host, you have the band The Relatives. I have a few other people who, you know, help me formulate some ideas and help me do some things. They'll get mentioned soon because we're expanding into a lot of other avenues really soon. But right now it's just those few people. I have other hosts too that we do bring in from time to time. And there's a few partnerships and a few other things coming up soon. Actually, shout out my guy DJ Sticks too, man, in the Mass Wave. That's another, you know, we partner up every month too at Wonder Bar, and we do the Good Wave. So look out for that too, coming back too. You know what I mean? So, you know, there's a lot of cool things we got coming up, man. And, you know, I really just do my best and try to network with people doing the same thing that I'm doing too, so we can expand and work together and bring it to a bigger platform. You know, I'm not just looking to just keep, you know, stay doing this thing on as a solo thing. I build with anyone else that I feel is also doing the same type of thing that we're doing, so we can, you know, bring our forces together and unify everybody, because that's what it's all about, unity, man.
Dope.
You know?
That's bullshit. Right there. What do you feel like your biggest moment has been? Career-wise.
As me as a DJ, career-wise?
Yeah.
Definitely performing for or DJing for world-famous Dougie Fresh. Yeah, that was crazy.
Shit. When was this?
So, this was 2 years ago, downtown Boston, outside Macy's. It was the Christmas tree lighting.
Get the fuck out of here! That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. So I was blessed to have the opportunity to do the full show, and he was a performer of the show, and I'm the DJ. So guess what? I'm your DJ for the night, bro. So even before I got on stage, and we just sitting backstage, just building his set, I'm just like,
that's Dougie Fresh.
I'm typing, but like. It's not like English coming out. It's all gibberish. Because I'm really sitting there like, I really can't believe I'm about to DJ for world famous Dougie Fresh. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Absolute legend. Like,
he's a fucking icon.
And,
yeah,
icon. You know what I mean? Hip hop, all that abroad. Like, you know, Slick Rick, all that. That whole time is just.
You know what's crazy, man? I almost got a chance to see Slick Rick perform.
Yeah,
he came out here to the it was a Ice-T / Bone Thugs tour. It was like the Art of Rap tour or whatever. Right now, I didn't even know about it my damn self. It was a birthday gift from my wife, man. Shout out to the wife, man.
Yeah,
she was like, "Yo, get off of work, woo, we about to go to this show." I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I'm like, "Who's at the show, bro?" It was Slick Rick, EPMD, Raekwon and Ghost.
Wow.
Fuck, there was somebody else. Ice-T obviously. Ice-T obviously, and the Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Yeah, that's a crazy show,
bro. I
miss Slick Rick. Like everything.
Bro.
You know what I mean?
It was called the Art of Rap tour, and I guess Ice-T put it together, but Bone Thugs was like the headliners.
Yo.
and it was at the Wilbur Theater. But I was so pissed that I missed Slick Rick, bro. We got there late, and as soon as I'm walking in, Slick Rick is walking off the stage. Oh, Rakim was there too.
That's Yo, I got a crazy Rakim story too. I'm glad you said Rakim because I was hoping. Funny thing is, I thought you were gonna say Rakim was at the show because it sounded like a show Rakim would be at.
Word.
So I remember downtown at City Hall, and they were all. It was like I don't know. The mayor had just, it was Menino at the time. Rest in peace, Menino. He did he funded a huge show right outside City Hall, and it was a hip hop show. And I remember coming this close to Rakim, man. Like he was rocking the show. He was coming around. He passed by, and right then and there, I was just like, oh man, I gotta be a part of more of this shit. Like I gotta do this. Like I gotta be more on this music shit. But yeah, just so it's really dope that you mentioned Rakim because I got a story about that too, man. So that's dope, man.
That show, man, when Rakim came out, bro, I'm talking like goosebumps all over my body, bro. Like, yeah. It was the craziest shit ever because for whatever reason, that motherfucker didn't age, bro.
Yeah.
I'm looking at him. I'm like, why does he look exactly the same?
Yeah, he still look like that now, bro.
Yo, right.
Too long ago. I seen him doing something.
I don't know what the fuck he's drinking a lot of Hennessy, man. It's keeping him young. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, when he came on stage, bro, everybody stood up. Like everybody in the theater stood up, and it was crazy.
MC, man. It's like,
bro,
no,
it was
same thing.
It was the craziest shit ever, man.
Yeah.
But that's ultimately where you want to be, man. Like where when you walk on stage and they know it's an Alcide event, everybody stands up, gives you that standing ovation. You know what I'm saying? So what's the future for DJ Alcide and the Good Music Showcase, man? I mean, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
Taking the showcase definitely nationwide. That's where I want to. That's the ultimate goal, to have a Good Music Showcase in every city. That would be dope. Definitely that's what we're doing now. I'm expanding with people who do similar showcases in other cities. And what we'll do is, I bring artists from here, there, and they'll bring their artists up here, and then they'll rock up here. So I do a lot of that type of networking. So, honestly, before this all popped off, I was building in Jersey. We were about to do one in Jersey. And I believe once we get up out of this, we'll get back further going down. But yeah, we're going to build all the way down to Miami. It's going to go all the way down the East Coast. Miami, North Carolina, South Carolina, hopefully Delaware. Shout out my homie Darius, Maybe we can do something down there too. But yeah, there's nothing that's off limits. And that's the difference. People need to understand it's a whole wide country, man. There's so many, whole wide world, of course, but I'm just talking as far as like US right now. There's so many different markets. There's so many different things you can do. We just have to stop thinking in that box, that whole Boston mentality. Like if we can just break from that and just realize there's so much more that we can do. I go on the road all the time. They show us love. Right. You know what I'm saying? They may say fuck the Pats and all that bullshit, but once you get past all that, you know what I mean? Honestly, you probably won't have to deal with that no more. They'll just be talking shit because TV gone. It is what it is. But,
we ain't got shit.
Outside of the sports shit, they always show Boston love. Everywhere I've been anyway.
That's facts. That's facts.
So we need to understand that there's just so much more that we could be doing. We just have to stop getting caught up off this local shit. The second I stopped thinking about shit like that is the second you saw the showcase expand. You know what I mean? I had to realize that there's so much more to it than this local Boston bullshit.
That's real, and I'm glad you realized that.
Shit going on to focus on the negative. Honestly, back then there probably wasn't as much quality back then going on as there is now.
Right.
Which is, it is what it is. It just wasn't. That's always been my thing. There just wasn't enough. And some people did have something to say about that, but I feel like there just wasn't enough actual club music for club DJs to get behind the artists to play in the club at the time. I mean, there's artists who were making joints, there's artists who was making songs, for showcases, for the hip hop heads, for all that. But to get to the next level, you kind of had to have that club record, that radio record, so we could shop it more. Now, the platform, that's not even a problem. Now, you can drop anything, you can get it out there, you can get it to your fans. Before, it was severely limited. So it wasn't that those artists weren't dope. It was tough to service that brand of hip-hop, to get it to the masses, to take things to another level. Back
you
then,
see, but
now it's
but
not like
back but back then there were artists who were able to do that type of music, and you could see it in the type of music that they were formulating, but they just didn't have the talent. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just being honest, bro. Like, I know a lot of guys and people who I'm actually friends with too, man. Like, who had songs playing in the club, and people was fucking with their shit. Yeah. And in my mind, you know, as a hip hop fan, I was just more like, I ain't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? And then those are the same people that we no longer talk about, right? Yeah, so why is that okay? Like, why? I feel like sometimes people get behind something because of the popularity and the hype behind it, and they fail to realize that, yo, this shit is not good. Like, have you ever felt like, have you ever like that dawned on you? Like, damn, like I ain't never heard of this dude in a minute, but he wasn't even that great anyway.
I mean, I think well, with that being said, I just think the best artists are the ones who can still go past that and are talented enough to still continue on. Like it's the game moves so fast right now. It really does. And if you can't stay in tune with what's really going on outside, if you're, like I said, stuck in that box mentality, the game will pass you by like that. You will be stuck in 2004 before you know it. You didn't even realize it because you were so busy staying trapped in that box. So when you try to come outside with that new single, everybody looking at you like you crazy.
I know some guys are still stuck in 04, man.
Hey, this is what it is, man. You know, but like I said, man, I always listen, man. I always listen, and I try to give artists that opportunity to still do their thing. You know, not every artist is suited for the big stage. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, and not every artist is even looking for that. You know what I'm saying? So
fair enough.
I still work with everyone, but the ones you really see me get behind are the artists I feel can reach that full potential and take things to that next level. Okay. But I'll never stop putting on for every artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like everyone deserves that shot. Like, you know,
that's dope. You're a good person for that, man. Because not everybody thinks like that, man.
Yeah.
But you know, is there anything that you wanted to share with the people, man, and get off your chest and talk to the people about?
No, I mean, that's the gist of it. I just feel like as long as we can just stay focused on the positive and stay focused on, you know, still trying to create our own sound in a sense, or I mean, just incorporate more of the culture in Boston is in the music.
I will combat you in a little bit. Yeah. I don't believe Boston has a sound. I do believe that.
But I mean, every city that you see comes out has something. I mean, I will say though, everything that's going on in Brooklyn right now or going on in New York right now is a lot of based off of what's going on in the UK. That drill movement, is nothing new. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing new. But
no, I've been saying that for the longest. Yeah, it's just it's in the US now.
So, but there's a lot of artists though that see something like that and they're gonna try to do it here. And honestly, I feel that there's nothing wrong with that. But you can still do that, kind of like how they did it, and make it more Boston. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can mention
as far as the slang.
Yeah, I mean,
because there's Boston drill artists, there's Boston, and these are artists that I like too. I'm not taking nothing away from them. It's like just more like
Zip in a sense. What he's doing right now is
I wouldn't say that's drill. I feel like there's other artists who are more drill-esque, like Bodie Rock. You know what I mean? Like Bodie Rock, you know, he really adopted that drill sound. Do I think it's necessary? No, but does he do it well? Yes. Right? And that's the battle, right? Like it's like, do you feel like you should go out and create a new style or just do something that you do well? Right? Yeah. Because then that always has people asking the same question. Well, why do you think Boston doesn't have their own sound? And it's just more like, but does anybody really?
True.
Like, you know, you have these southern states. The reason they have their own sound is because they don't talk regular. You know what I'm saying? like they have an accent. And because of that accent and that regional drawl, I guess you could call it. Well, they're gonna say things differently.
I'll put it this way: I can circle it all the way right back to Oompa. If you listen to Cleo, I mean, that's Roxbury as hell, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And I guess you're right.
That overall sound of that album is unique to her and her personality and where she's from here. I can say she has definitely. I'm not gonna just put her music in a box as saying it's Boston, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's an artist that's from here that has her own sound and who's repping the beam to the fullest. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. You see, but that's Oompa sound.
True, but I mean, I'm just saying,
so it's
in that sort of sense. You know what I'm saying? That there's artists who can make music, still rep where they're from, and have their own unique sound. Which,
absolutely,
in a sense, if they blow, everyone, you already know what happens. One artist blows, everyone's gonna go right down the same lane and make that sound. So,
what I am glad about though is that the people who are getting recognition within this region and in my city are doing it. They're representing us well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. More so now than I think in any other time. It's just, everything's kind of put on hold right now. But even now and right now, you can tell who's still on their grind. You can see who's still posting, still out there shooting, and still out there, staying safe, but still knew that they had to still keep the contact going, and they're still working. Some people have had to hit the pause button because they didn't prepare for this type of situation, which is okay. But, that you can see who's really still about it by just still checking the gram during this time. And it doesn't even look like anything has stalled. They're still going like nothing ended, even though they're not on stage.
Some people really outside.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Absolutely.
But all right, man, I'm gonna bring this in for a landing, bro. Is there anything else you wanna touch base on before we wrap this up?
Nah, just if you want to link up with me, send your music to alcidemusic@gmail.com. Follow me on the gram at DJ Alcide, DJ ALCIDE. Twitter is DJ_ALCIDE. Facebook.com/DJ Alcide. Got a lot of things going on. The next showcase is May 31st online at Good Music Showcase Series. So log in there. It starts at 7:00. Good Music Showcase Radio every Sunday, 5 to 7 p.m. Spark FM online, man. And we just gonna keep this going, and we're gonna keep rocking. We're gonna keep supporting local artists, and we're gonna keep this alive.
That's dope, brother. I definitely appreciate you, man. You definitely a staple in our city, man. You got my full support. Whatever. If you ever need my help with anything, man, all you got to do is holler at me, man. I'm available.
If you ever want to perform, come holler at your boy. I got a stage for you, baby.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You need me to host something or whatever, man, you let me know, man.
Oh, yeah. We can definitely talk about that. We'll do that on camera, though. We'll definitely get up on something, man, and make it happen. There's definitely a lot of opportunities I feel that your platform can provide as well, working aside our platform. So I'll look forward to having that discussion with you off camera, you dig?
All right, man. But I appreciate you again, brother. Till next time, man. This is CWTFB Radio. I am Charlie Machine. We just had DJ Alcide in the building, man. Till next time, man.
Till next time, man.
All right, baby.
Breaking the crib, me and Manny, we want some young niggas, we ain't give a fuck about crime. Hearing this tragic, we can't let it happen. We poppin' shit like it's the 4th of July. Turned to a savage for some of that cabbage. I had to boss up in my life to survive. Can't make it a habit, my patience is damaged. I let them get carried away with the lie. I'm hearing them stories, I'm praying my bro was in around when police was raiding the spot. Ain't no point if you trapping and you ain't tryna leave your spot. You can't catch me in traffic on